Hi guys, if this works, this is a little video about setting up logic for my friends in the MTED program at St. Mary of the Woods College. So this is a total beginner video and don't worry about it. We all got to learn somewhere. So hopefully I can show you some things that'll just get you up and going as quick as possible. So we're going to look over here on my screen. I've already opened up GarageBand. And here on the screen, we've already got something going that I used earlier this week. I'm just going to keep adding to this so you can kind of see it. But what your best beginner new person feature is this quick help button up in the top right. Again, any iOS device has this. The layout's very similar. You just may not have as much screen real estate, but look for this quick help button. When you click that on and turn it, look at all this stuff that lit up, and it tells you what everything does. If that explanation isn't enough, just Google GarageBand or your favorite search browser, GarageBand transport controls as one example. And you'll find a bunch of videos, articles, etc. to read. Now, I'm what they call a digital immigrant. I grew up in, tapes, in recording studios, fun stuff like that. But there's a lot of similarities here. So up here again, these transport controls, right? Rewind, fast forward, stop, play, the scary red record button. And this one's cycle, which we're going to come to in a minute, but this is important. Up here on the transport, it's showing us where we're at in beats and in measure in beats. So right now we're on measure 1, beat 1. Up here, this little measure bar thing, this is actually telling us how many beats we've got, so bars. And it's kind of designed around an 8-bar layout because, again, when Apple made this, they were writing it for singer-songwriters. If you want to do 13-bar, 11/8 stuff, we're not going to do that today. Let's put it that way. Here's our tempo marker, and as you see, if I hover over it, I get that little bar up and down. Well, we can change the tempo up and down however we want. Oh, shoot, was it 82, I think? Hopefully. I may have to redo that later. Oh, wait. Command-Z is our favorite. Command-Z on an Apple device will undo your last change. So here's what I did, I believe for the, I believe it was for the Dorian jam session. I set up the little vamp for my recording. I'm going to play a little bit of it. Okay, so let's set that up again there. You see I just pushed play. Now I'm going to push rewind to get it back to position 1.1 at the very beginning. One great feature all of these GarageBand apps have is the drummer app. So up here, and again, let's click on our quick help button. What's this thing do? Add track button. So up and down here, these are tracks. So right, we've got a name, a track header, and a track header. So we're going to add a new track now. Hang on, let me mute this really quickly. We'll circle back to that. And so track type, we have a software instrument, so that's if you have a keyboard with a MIDI, just like it says, you would click that. For right now, we're going to do drummer. We'll circle back to audio, or if you're plugging your guitar in to your Mac, you're going to need what they call a sound interface. Don't worry about that now. The onboard microphone is fine for your coursework. So let's do a new drummer. We click on drummer and we hit create. So automatically it's brought me a new drummer. They all have their little personalities and names, and it's already actually thrown me out 8 bars here of this drummer. So here on the track bars, if you were thinking of this like a traditional mixer bar, you can either mute a track, turns it gray for a second, or you can solo it so you hear only that track. So let's hear what kind of just the last setting was. So here's where the creative part comes in. You think to yourself, do I like that? Do I not like that? You can spend the entire semester digging through these presets. But I will show you just a quick one. If you wanted to change, you've got over here, on this far left side, you can pick from traditional drum kit sounds or electronic drum kit sounds. Let's go ahead and just go to an electronic drum kit just so you hear the difference. So it's thinking. All right, it actually changed the icon there to like a little drum machine. And oh, I didn't quite mean for it to do that, but let's go ahead and listen to it anyway. I mean, if that's your jam, cool. You know, it's entirely up to you. So let's go back to this Blue Ridge Austin here, and I'll turn that. I can see it's muted, so let's do that. Let's keep that on mute. All right, so. And, you know, maybe that's what we want to work with. So, gotten a little bit lost here. Let me do a bunch of undos until I get back to where I was. Again, Command Z. As long as you haven't hit save, you know, you're in good luck. Okay, that's as many back as I can go. All right, so, but let's just use this one. So again, there's ways to play with this. And now we can kind of set up our backing tracks. So here I've got audio 2. That's set up as audio. You can see here on this little bar, this little green thing blinking away, that's showing that it's recording. And probably should turn headphones on. I might get some feedback in a second, but we're pretty much ready. We've got our drum beat. We've got a tempo that's comfortable for us to play. If you need it slower, you need it faster, again, just change that up here. And when I hit record, I'm going to get a 4-beat count in. 1, 2, 3, 4. That there's lit. You know, I want the count in. And back on the NRMT book, the Nordhoff Robbins Music Therapy book that Pete wrote, he set up this vamp for us to practice with Lydian. And you can use this to turn in your recording as well. And it's pretty easy. So, pardon my nails. They're clean, but they're ugly. So we're just doing our standard E chord form, right? So we've got, you know, 3rd and 2nd finger on the 4th and 5th string on the 2nd fret, and our pointer finger on that, what is that, 3rd string, G sharp on the neck. So just good old happy E chord. What Pete wants us to do next is, you know, don't move a thing but the guitar, and go up 2 frets. And that's the 2nd chord of our vamp there. Let me play that for you again. So the 2 chords together. Congratulations, you now sound like Alex Lifeson. You can Google him. Lost my pick. At least it did not go down the sound hole. So anyway, we know what our vamp is, right? It's just those 2 chords. And now let's go ahead and track it. And we've pretty much got 16 bars set up here. Go ahead and leave more bars than you need. We're gonna show you another little thing to do, just kind of quick and dirty. That'll get you going. So here we go. I'm probably good there. If it feels good to you, you've probably got enough for this exercise. So we'll go ahead and stop. And now you see there's the sound that I just recorded through audio 2. So let's go ahead and listen back. Pretty good? What I'm listening for is which are my best kind of 2 bars in here. Where am I lining up good with the groove? And I think like bars 5 and 6 are probably pretty good. So I'm going to take this little bar here. It says horizontal zoom. Let's go ahead and expand that out a bit. And then that's maybe too much. Let's bring it back a little bit. That's just in case if you want to get nitpicky with something. But what I'm going to do, oh, hello, Siri's talking to me, is now I'm going to use this cycle button on the transport. I'm going to turn that on and see how this little yellow thing came up here. I'm going to turn that, I'm going to manipulate that so that it only plays, what this is doing, it will only play bar 5 and 6. I'll push play and this will just keep going. It's a little bit of a hitch in that. Let's try it with 7 and 8. Maybe those are better. Those are worse, I think. Yeah, there's a big string squeak in there. So again, this, it doesn't have to be, we are not turning in a master recording. It's not recording class, it's improv class. Let's try 3 and 4. Hey, I like those. So we're just going to keep that going. This will go until your power goes out or the computer crashes. Now, we're going to go from guitar school to bass school. Now, on the bass, we have these same 4 bottom strings as the guitar. Let me pause that for a second. Right, those are the same as those. And the beauty of it is that since all 4 of these bottom strings are tuned in the interval of a fourth, it's what's called an isomorphic layout. And I know it sounds like I'm mansplaining, but bear with me. It means if you learn your fingerboard, and we're supposed to improv over an E Lydian today for this week. So here's an E on my A string. I get mixed up with the numbers. I like to use the letters. But if I play a Lydian, I know the fingering for Lydian is going to be 2, 4. Right? My second finger, pardon me flipping off the camera, my second finger has to be on the root of the scale I want to play. And you can't use open strings with this. But it's okay. You'll actually be happier, I think. I hope. So we're going to go 2, and then 1 finger to a fret, 4. That interval is a major second. It's a major second everywhere on the guitar. Right, you're up here, major second. Down here, major second. As long as you don't cross strings, it's a major second. So 2, 4. And the Lydian is one of those modes that I like to think of as having a major key sound. The 1, 4, and 5 chords are major chords in diatonic major. And those modes, the 1st, 4th, and 5th mode, which are Ionian or major, Lydian, and Mixolydian, are going to have a major sound. So we're going to go 2, 4, cross strings and use 1. Ba, ba, da. Right, we all know that. Now where Lydian comes in is Lydian has a raised 4th in the scale degree. So we're going to go 2, 4, 1, 3. 2, 4, 1, 3, crossing the screen. We're going to finish up on this D string with 4th finger. So it's 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, scale degrees, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to finish our Lydian scale, our Lydian mode. On the next string, it's the same pattern. That's the beauty and fun of Lydian. So we go 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, same thing on the next string. 1, 3, 4. That's our major 7th. So, Pete and Damien are going to grade these for you. But if I'm improvising and I want to show someone I understand what a Lydian sound is, I want to make sure I hit for sure that raised 4th sound. So I want to make sure I play some of that. And I probably want to get that major 7th in there. They call that the color tone. So and then I'll just kind of make little sequences. valid. So to practice and maybe to turn in your recording as well, again, back over here to Logic, we've got our cycle set up. And now we're kind of ready to play. We know at least one octave of the Lydian scale. Now for me, I have to work on the B string. That's where my bass knowledge leaves me. But let's start with just something up here. Maybe next time by. Shoot, that was wrong. Now it's right. So I hope you'll find it's just that easy. Go ahead and play around with it a little. Any questions, reach out to me through school email or any of those social media things that I'm present on. I'm happy to help. I love this stuff. I really do. I love theory. I love scales, so I'm happy to share it with you. And any question you ask me is going to help me with clients down the road because they're going to have the same ones because this is all new to them too. So, all right. Have a great day. Happy practicing. We'll see you soon.